I'm going to go to this. What's going on today? This is what we're working on. It's balancing chemical equation set number 3 right here. And there are 30 problems on here. So you'll have to, figure that out. So I'm going to go back over to here and flip this around and come down. And I'm going to pin myself to the main screen. There we go. Everybody sees that, right? I hope. And I'm trying to find my 4 dots. I have 4 dots on here somewhere. There's 2 of my 4.
Hey, if I bring you these, can I get extra credit?
Bring me, what is it? I can't see anymore.
Clorox disinfecting wipes.
Hey, those are like gold right now, huh?
Yeah.
I'm good, so you can have them yourself.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do some of these problems. And so if you guys will open those up, somebody yell out a page and a number, and I will get started. Let's do as many as we can. We'll do a speed round. Try to get them done as fast as we can, so this video is not too long.
Page 1, problem 9.
Page 1, problem 9. Okay, here we go. And that's a good choice. I'm glad you chose that one because that one is a hard one. So we've got Ca3, PO42. You guys see that okay? I need to get some paint in there. Aaliyah, go buy me some chalk markers. Plus H2SO4. Okay, so this is calcium phosphate, and it's going to be reacting with sulfuric acid. And when it does, it's going to make some calcium sulfate, which is CaSO4. Somebody turn off their microphone. And it's also going to make some calcium hydrogen phosphate. So that's going to be Ca and then H2, PO4, and then 2. Can you guys see that? Yes, you can. Okay, cool. So this is the unbalanced equation, and we want to see if we can get this thing balanced. So here we go. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take attendance. What do I have in this whole equation? I've got some calcium. I've got some PO4. Hey, you know what? I've got PO4 here, and I have PO4 here. And because I do, I'm going to keep them together, okay, as like a little a group. And they're going to kind of go through this whole thing together. Then I have some hydrogen, and check it out. I have some SO4. Yes. You picked a really good one to do because it's got some polyatomic ions that I want to keep together. So here we go. We've got calcium getting on the bus and getting off the bus. We have some PO4. Okay. We have some hydrogen, and we have some SO4. So there's what's getting on and getting off the bus. Now let's go ahead and let's take attendance. So there's 3 of them getting on the bus. There's only 1 getting off the bus. PO4, how many of these are there? Well, you go to the outside subscripts. So there's going to be 2 PO4s, so 2 times this quantity. And then over here, we've got 2 PO4s again. So there's that. The next thing I have is hydrogen. I have 2 of them. And over here, I have 2 times 2. I have 4 of them. Okay, because this 2 is going to be multiplying this whole thing. So that's going to be 2 times 2 is 4. SO4s over here, there's no number outside of this, so I know that there's 1. And over here, this SO4, there's no number, so that's also going to be a 1. All right, well, we need to get started and start balancing this guy. So the first thing that I'm going to do when I look at this, I've got 3 calciums over here. I have 1 calcium over here. But no, wait, there's another calcium. You guys, look. We have 2 calciums. So this isn't right. There's actually 2 of them. There's 1 here and 1 here. Almost forgot that guy when I was taking attendance, didn't I? So let's see here. We got to figure out. I already have 2 on this side. So what if I just put a 2 in front of something? Maybe if I put a 2 in front of this guy. I'm just going to try it and see what happens. That's going to be 2 times this whole quantity, right? So now I have 2 calciums here and 1 there. So 2 calciums here and 1 there. That gives me 3 calciums total. But look at this. It gives me 2 SO4s. So this is going to change to a 2 down here. Now that's got this off balance. So let's go ahead and balance this guy. If I take a 2 and put it right here, that's going to be 2 times this whole quantity, right? So now 2 times 2, that's going to give me 4 hydrogens. And then it gives me 2 SO4s. Am I balanced? 3s, 2s, 4s, 2s. Yes, I am. So my coefficient, this would be a 1. This is a 2. This is a 2. And this is a 1. Okay? There's the first one. We've done one. So somebody tell me the next one we want to do. We'll get started on it. Yell it out. Don't be shy. Anyone? Anyone? Hello? I mean, I could just let you guys do them on your own.
Let's do it.
Do what?
On our own.
Seriously?
No.
Okay. Which one do you want me to do?
Let me go look and I'll let you know.
Uh-huh. The worst. This is being recorded, you silly goose.
I forgot my microphone was on. I got something thrown on me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You want to see?
Somebody give me one.
Stop.
7 on page 3.
Thank you. So we're going to go to page 3, and we're going to do number 7. Okay. On this one, we have zinc, and it's going to be reacting with hydrochloric acid, HCl. And when we do, we're going to end up with a zinc chloride, ZnCl2, plus some hydrogen gas. Okay. So in this case, let's take attendance. We've got zinc, we've got hydrogen, and we've got chlorine. Zinc, hydrogen, chlorine over here. How many got on the bus? 1. Got off the bus? 1. Hydrogen, 1. Hydrogen, 2. Chlorine, 1. Chlorine, 2. Okay. I bet you can probably eyeball how to balance this one right off the bat, right? We've got 2 of these and 1. 2 of these and 1. If I put a 2 right here, that's going to be 2 times this whole quantity. So now I have 2 and I have 2. There it is. It's balanced. All right. That's number 2. Okay. Got another one for me? Sounds like you guys just want to do them all on your own. That's fine with me. But this is your opportunity to get some done.
Number 9 on page 2.
Okay, so we're going to go to number 9 on page 2. Good choice. Did I just do that one? I just did that one.
No, you did it on page 1.
Oh, maybe you're right. Yeah, you're right. I did. Okay, so number 9 on page 2. Oh, I'm glad you got this one. This one's actually a little tricky. So we're going to do N2 plus O2 plus H2O. It's got 3 reactants on this one, and they're going to come together to make nitric acid, which is HNO3. Yeah, I'm glad you chose this one. This is a tough one. Okay, well, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and take attendance. I've got nitrogen, oxygen, and I've got hydrogen. Nitrogens, I have 2, and over here I have 1. Oxygens, I have 2 here, and I have 1 there, so I have a total of 3. And over here I have 3, so that works. And then hydrogens, I have 2, and over here I have 1. Okay, I will tell you this, always wait and do not do anything with oxygens until the very end. That'll help. So the first thing I need to do is I need to balance my nitrogens, right? So I'm going to do that, and it looks like I have 1 here and I have 2 there. Do I want to do that one first, or do I want to do the hydrogens? You know what?
What are we on?
I think this is number 9 on page 2.
Okay.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to balance my, I guess I'll go ahead and balance my nitrogens first. So if I put a 2 here for nitrogen, that's going to be actually 2 times this whole quantity, right? So that's going to give me 2 hydrogens. So I'll mark out the 2. And I'm going to mark out 2, and that gives me 2 nitrogens. But what else does it do? 2 times 3, it's going to give me 6 oxygens. Uh-oh, now it's getting real, right? Now we've got to balance these oxygens because that's all that's left. I got to have 6 oxygens somewhere. Now here's for 2, but look at this. This is odd, right? I'm going to have to, this is even and this is odd, so I know that I'm going to have to put at least a 2 in front of this. Can I put a 2? Yeah, I'm going to put a 2 here because I've got to make this oxygen and these oxygens add up to an even number, not an odd, right? So I'm going to 2 here and 2 there. That makes 4 of those. But what else does it do? 2 times 2, that's going to give me 4 hydrogens. Okay, so now that's going to mess up my hydrogens again. So I'm going to have to come back over here, and instead of putting a 4, what am I going to do? I'm going to have, or instead of putting a 2, I'm going to probably have to put a 4. Okay, there we go. So sometimes you'll put a coefficient down and it'll turn out that it's not going to work. And sometimes you just have to kind of let the problem work itself out, and you realize, nope, it's not going to be a 2, it's going to have to be a 4. Okay, and that just happens, and don't panic when it does. So now I'm going to have 4 hydrogens. I'm going to have 4 nitrogens, and I'm going to have 4 times 3. I'm going to have 12 oxygens, okay? Looks like I just made everything way worse, but really I didn't, because look, now that it's even, I have 4 oxygens here. So 12 minus 4 is going to be what? That's like 8, right? So if I put a, or sorry, did I do that right? 4 times 3 is 12. Yeah, 12. So over here, that's 2. Sorry, that's 2. So 12 minus 2 gives me 10. So if I make this a 5, 5 times 2 gives me 10 oxygens here. So there's 10 oxygens, and here's 2 more. So 10 plus 2, that gives me 12. Okay? But now I need to balance my nitrogens because I had 4 here, but now I only have 2 over here. So that's easy. I'll just put a 2 in front of there, and then that gives me 4. So yeah, this one looked like it was super easy, but really you had to do a little strategy, didn't you, to try to get these oxygens right, since there's oxygens in 2 places. So 4, 12, 4. This is going to be a coefficient of 2, a coefficient of 5, coefficient of 2, and a coefficient of 4. All right, there's that one. That's problem number 3 that I've done. Anybody have another one for me?
Number 5 on 2.
Page 2?
Yeah.
Page 2, number what?
5.
Number 5. Okay. Here we go. Page 2, number 5. Let me see if I can find my page 2, number 5. Yeah, there it is. Oh, yeah, this is another good one. I'm glad you're picking good ones out, Gavin. Nice job. So we've got Hg and then OH2. So this is mercury hydroxide plus H3PO4, which is phosphoric acid. And it's going to make some mercury phosphate. So I'm going to put Hg3PO42 plus some water, H2O. Okay. Well, let's see. Hey, look, here's polyatomic ion again. See how I have PO4 here and I have PO4 there? So I'm going to keep those together and not worry about pulling out their oxygens or their phosphates. So here we go. We've got Hg, we've got oxygen, we've got hydrogen, and there's some more hydrogen. And then we've got PO4. Okay. So that's what I have to keep track of. I've got 1 mercury here. I have 3 mercuries there. I have 2 oxygens here. And I have 1 oxygen here. You're like, no, Miss Bowman, there's not 1. There's like 4 times 2. There's like 8, and there's another one that's 9. Remember, I'm going to keep these PO4s together, so I'm not even going to pay attention to the fact that it's got phosphorus and oxygen in it. I'm just going to pay attention to it as if it's like a single element all by itself. The next thing, I've got hydrogen. So I've got 2 hydrogens here, and I've got 3 hydrogens here. So that's going to be 5 hydrogens. And over here, I have 2 hydrogens. Phosphate-wise, I have 1 phosphate here, and I have 2 phosphates there. Okay. I will give you some advice here. Always wait on the hydrogen and oxygen until everything else is balanced. So just ignore these guys for a minute, and let's balance these guys. So I've got 3 mercuries over here and 1 over here. So let's put a 3 in front of here and see what happens. That's going to be 3 times that whole quantity, right? So now that's going to give me 3 of those. How many oxygens is it going to give me? It's going to be 3 times 2. It's going to give me 6 oxygens. Okay? Try to wrap your brain around that for a minute. It's going to give me 6 oxygens. That's going to be a 3 times the 2, because this 2 is times this whole quantity right here, right? So 3 times 2 gives me 6 oxygens. And by the way, while we're at it, 3 times 2, it gives me 6 hydrogens here, and then another 3 hydrogens there. That's going to give me 9 hydrogens over here, okay? So there's 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now let's do the next thing. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to jump all the way down. Remember, I'm going to ignore hydrogen and oxygen for now. So let's balance this guy down here. PO4, I've got 2 here, and I've got 1 here, which means I need to put a 2 right here. And if I put a 2 there, it's going to be 2 times this whole quantity again, right? So 2 times 3 gives me 6 hydrogens here. And remember, 3 times 2 gave me 6 hydrogens there. So now my hydrogen amount is actually at 12. And then I have 2 PO4s. Okay, so the mercuries are done. The PO4s are done. But now we've got this oxygen-hydrogen thing. We've got 12 of these we need and 6 of these we need. You know what? Look over here. If I put a 6 right here and do 6 times the water, 6 times 2 gives me 12 of those. And 6 times 1 gives me 6 of those. Look at there. 6 or 3s, 6s, 12s, and 2s. Got it. So it needs a coefficient of 3, 2, 1, and 6. Okay? All right, that was problem number 4. Do we have any more that you want me to do? Anyone? Anyone? Going once. Going twice. There's 30 problems here. If I work it, you don't have to work it.
7 on page 1.
Okay, number 7 on page 1. So that one, let me see. I got to find it. Oh, yeah. So this is going to be some sulfuric acid with some lead hydroxide. That sounds super dangerous, doesn't it? So H2SO4 is sulfuric acid plus some lead hydroxide. That sounds toxic. PbOH4 must be lead 4 hydroxide. And on this side, what's going to happen? We're going to get some lead sulfate on over here. So Pb SO4 too. And some water, H2O. Okay, so let's balance the equation again. We're going to take attendance. We've got hydrogen. Hey, look at there. You see this sulfate? And you see that sulfate, SO4s? Let's just keep them. So SO4, I'm just going to keep it together as a package deal. How many do I have here? I've got 1. I've got 2 of those. Lead over here, put that on, and I've got 1 of those. I've got oxygen, 4 of those because it's 4 times this quantity, so I have 4. And then hydrogen, I have 4 of those. Over here, let's see, we've got 2 hydrogens. We have 1 oxygen. Oh, I've got hydrogen in both places. Man, Miss Bowman, no, you messed up. Oh, back up here. This number's not a 2. What is it? We've got 2 here and we've got 4 here. 2 and 4, that gives me 6. I have 6 of those. All right, sorry about that, messed it up. Let's see. Oh, the lead. We have 1 lead and we have 2 sulfates. Okay, remember to always ignore the oxygen until the very end and kind of ignore the hydrogen as well. So let's balance the sulfate first. It's the first thing on my list. So I'm going to have to put a 2 here. If I put a 2 there, that's going to be 2 times 2. That's going to give me 4 hydrogens here, plus another 4 hydrogens there. That gives me 8 hydrogens. And then it gives me 2 sulfates. Cool. The next thing is lead. They're already balanced, so I'm going to ignore that. And now let's see if we can figure out the hydrogens and the oxygens. Hey, look, that's a 2-to-1 ratio, isn't it? 8 to 4. You know what I can do? If I see water and it's a 2-to-1 ratio, I just put a 4 right here. That's going to be 4 times 2. That's going to give me 8. And 4 times 1 gives me 4. 8s, 2s, 1s, 4s, balanced. So it'd be a coefficient of 2, coefficient of 1, coefficient of 1, coefficient of 2. Boom. Done. In a super secret nerdy way, I think these are fun to do. It's like a game. See if you can get it to figure out. Okay. Any more? Any more?
Hey, Miss Bowman.
What?
I'm gonna get off here at 2:15 because I have to get ready for a choir dress rehearsal.
Oh, okay.
Me too.
Uh-huh. Well, I've got time to do maybe at least one more. You got any for me to do?
I don't.
Anybody else? Last chance. Okay, if nobody has any of them for me to do, then I'm going to stop recording and I will set you guys free. There we go.